For a long time, I feel like I've been lost in the dark. I can't remember exactly when it happened, but I know it started small deep down and burst out like a firework. At first I was afraid of the dark. Like anything new, it was scary and I didn't understand it. And while in it, all I could do was wander around, searching for the end. Everything seemed so fragile and unpleasant. The dark seemed so grim. But actually it was none of those things. It was something much more powerful. Ever since I first noticed the dark, I've been doing everything possible to escape it, but nothing ever seemed to work how I imagined it should have. The harder I tried, the more in the dark I fell. I kept doing project after project, attempt after attempt, idea after idea, and on and on and on and on. Like ramming a square peg into a round hole just to make it fit, thinking that would dispel the dark somehow, or make my problem go away. I assumed by achieving some kind of positive outcome, it would be the cure I've been searching for. It took me a long time to notice that, however well-intentioned I was being the entire time. And through it all, there was a small feeling every time that something wasn't right. My gut or intuition, or whatever you want to call it, I think was misaligned with why I was doing it in the first place. And that small feeling was signaling that, but I kept ignoring it. And in hindsight, I thought the pursuit would be worth all the rewards, and the rewards would be the thing to set me free. It wasn't until recently I finally paused and embraced the dark, and started to listen to my intuition with a little bit more intention. I let go of trying to chase a reward, and once I committed to that, was when I noticed the change. The change wasn't instant, but it did happen rather quickly. I wasn't trying to escape anymore. If anything, I was trying to stay in the dark. I stopped trying to force everything to work. And I mainly stopped trying to do what I thought I should be doing, and just focus on what felt right, and without thinking how I could benefit from it somehow. The more I embraced the dark, the more comfortable I felt in it. And the more I did, I started to see these small glimmers of hope that I hadn't noticed before, that were attracting me to them and lifting me up. It seems like by giving into the power, I had gained all the power, and it began to show me what it really was. The dark was not a miserable place, and I wasn't withering away, or cursed. I learned that in the dark is when you are the most free, and all the expectations were what was in my way all along. Actually, the dark is more like a shield that is cast over you to protect you from all the outside noise, and inside that is an invisible world where there are no expectations. And I could only see that when I let go and stopped trying so hard. But I've also been thinking that maybe this was part of it all, like a test or a trial that the dark gives you. But the reward is not something that you can touch, but that you can feel. And everything I was doing before was not all for nothing either. Even if every attempt did not fully make sense at the time, and none of it worked out how I wanted it to, it seems like all those things are starting to overlap now, in a way that I couldn't have expected, but now seems so obvious. Now I just have to continue moving forward, even if it does feel like a risk again, or if I don't know where this all will lead. But it's easier this time, because since removing all those expectations, this path has become much more interesting than just following some linear, pre-planned path with a known destination. It's one thing to understand that, but it's another to feel it, even if it did take me a long time to learn it. And when I did, small omens began to appear to reinforce it. I first learned about the concept of omens from the book The Alchemist. Basically, it says they are small signs from the universe that appear when you are following your own path. And when you are following your own path, the universe has a way of conspiring in your favor. I think that's the power of the dark. Not just a shield to cast over you to protect you from all the noise, but a place to make you see clearly what your path is when you are lost, without any influence from the outside world. But the omens won't last forever. If you drift off, or if you ignore them too long, they begin to fade back into the dark, and you might find yourself lost again. Even though at times I felt like there was no end in sight, being lost in the dark was just the beginning. I wouldn't say I'm completely out of the dark, and I don't know if I will ever be. But that's okay, because I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. Now I'm afraid that one day, it will disappear as fast as it burst out. And I think that would be a shame.